Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Behind the Design. Today we're touring you through the Prairie Palm, our mid-century masterpiece in Greenbrier. This home was inspired by the iconic mid-century style homes in Palm Springs, California. We worked very hard to incorporate the landscape design, the interior design, and the architectural design of the home to have a cohesive project that screams mid-mod vibes. We have a long-standing relationship with these clients. They actually lived in a home previously designed by Haven, and they loved that space, but it was way too big for them and did not have some of the features on their wish list. So the start of our process always includes an interview where we really get to know our clients, and we ask them to create a wish, want, and need list. That list helps us get inside their heads, understand what's really important to them, and maybe what items they can do without. The challenge with this home was that our clients couldn't really describe what style of home they wanted from an exterior standpoint. Was it craftsman? Was it modern? They just didn't really know. And so we were able to just draw from the inspiration of the home they lived in and incorporate some of those elements, but make it even better for them. This house is really inspired by nature. Mid-century design is all about bringing the outdoors in and having continuity between your materials from the interior to the exterior. So when you pull up to the home, you're gonna see some beautiful stone walls and features. You're gonna see a moss green front door. You're gonna see wood accents. And when you come inside the home, those elements are carried throughout. So it's really consistent, it's very warm and inviting, but also very clean and classic. When you come in the front entry, you're greeted with all sorts of amazing textures. We're carrying the same elements from the exterior into the home. We have an amazing stone wall with tons of texture and a lowered cedar ceiling, which makes the space feel really cozy. We also have this amazing walnut spindle detail. The reason we have this is to still keep the expansive feel of the space, but maintain separation between the living room and the dining space. The main living space is one of my favorite features in this home. There is amazing natural light, and there's so many great textures and different materials that really work together to create this beautiful neutral palette that still has tons of character. I'm sitting on the new furniture that's finally arrived. We have lots of custom pieces in here. So to start with, we have this G. Romano sectional. It's the Oslo, and it has a beautiful walnut leg on it. The upholstery is this really nice kind of tweed texture, so we get a little bit of brown and gray tones together, and it just really creates this nice open feel. Anytime you want a space to feel more open, having legs on your furniture is a great way to achieve that feel because you get that air and that sight line all the way through. We also have these amazing swivel chairs. They're made by Monty. So they come all the way from Europe. I think it's the Netherlands where they make the leather upholstery. And the chair, we wanted something that swiveled so that you could really appreciate the backyard views. This home backs onto the golf course, and we have floor to ceiling windows in this space, which is another very strong mid-century inspiration. And it just really works perfectly within the space. We also have some custom walnut pieces in this home. We worked with James Hopper Furniture and had a beautiful walnut entryway bench made for the space. We've also done these nesting coffee tables that have a figured walnut top, which means the grain has a little bit more variation, so it's almost like a piece of art on your furniture. And we also have our custom dining room table with the Scandi chairs, all done in walnut. So it's a really warm feeling, and it ties in so perfectly with the millwork features in this home. So the walnut bench seat by the fireplace and the beautiful walnut spindle rail feature. The fireplace design is very asymmetrical. This honors the mid-century style, so we used a really clean brick detail that we stacked and then did built-in storage with a walnut bench seat. This provides extra seating when all the kids and grandkids are over, and it also provides storage in the space. Another fun feature in the living room was the bump out. So during design, our client felt like the living room wasn't quite big enough to seat all the furniture that she wanted. So we just bumped out the back section, which creates this really nice nook for the swivel chairs to sit. And we also dropped the ceiling in that space, so it feels really cozy and is just a way to add more space without making the room too large. The west side of the home has amazing views, amazing natural light, and amazing windows. We designed a Jack and Jill bathroom with a walk-in closet. The back bedroom has direct access to its own covered patio, really gorgeous windows, tons of natural light. And the front bedroom we've designed specifically for our client to use as an office. She loves art and journaling, and it has amazing views of the front xeriscaped yard. It's just a really great space to get inspired. Our client loves to cook. She brought us tons of baking during the construction of her home, and we really wanted to give her a space that she could do what she loves best. One of her specific requests was that she did not want stainless steel appliances, so we actually went with the Thermador brand. They have a really subtle gray appearance, so it blends really well into the cabinetry. We also did panel-ready refrigeration and a panel-ready dishwasher, so it's really sleek and looks a lot more built-in and customized to her space. There's another great window in this space. We did a massive window that spans the whole length of the kitchen and has more amazing golf course views. Another specific request our client had was no stools at the island. So it created a bit of a design challenge for us to have the island not feel too heavy, but still provide functional storage. So we did cabinetry back to back, but added one section at the end of open shelves to display some of her vintage heirlooms. Another great design feature of this space is the Butler's Pantry. Everyone who cooks and entertains knows this is a lifesaver. We've got a pocket door so you can close that space off when you're ready to entertain. It has floor-to-ceiling shelving and also houses the drawer microwave. The mudroom and laundry is one of my favorite rooms. We wanted a pop of color in this space, so we used the mountain moss, which works amazingly with the walnut. It also creates repetition, which is a really important design element, just carrying that green throughout the house with bathroom vanities and the front door. We also included lots of built-in storage in this space, so we have the cleaning section, built-in ironing board, and also the built-in closets. We also have the prettiest little powder room. We used a subtle green on the walls to contrast from the simply white that we used in the rest of the home. We have a really fun patterned floor tile and brass fixtures throughout for a little pop of color. We always like to create a bit of separation with the master suite. We did that by changing the elevation, so adding a step up into the suite. The first thing you notice here is the gorgeous built-in bench seat, which adds functional storage to the space, and an amazing window overlooking the golf course. We have a gorgeous walnut walk-in closet with mitered waterfalled millwork that leads right to the ensuite, which has a really gorgeous terrazzo floor tile, really leaning towards that mid-century inspiration. There's a double sink walnut vanity that's floating, so it gives that open air feel, and a really unique custom tiled shower. The shower is a really unique design. The wall is dropped from the ceiling, which is another common mid-century design feature. We've used a brick patterned tile and went all the way around the shower wall. So instead of just seeing plain drywall, it really becomes an architectural feature. And we used a custom hexagon on the shower floor. Our client has traveled to 60 different countries with his job and has collected an amazing repertoire of relics and sports memorabilia. So we wanted to create a really unique way to display all of those items. The basement theater room is the sports zone. Our client actually attended the British Open at the Old Course at St. Andrews, so we wanted to display some of the items he brought home from that. We also have some hockey memorabilia and quite the collection of steins from Europe. We worked with our automation team to incorporate built-in speakers as well as programmed lighting controls, so with the push of a button, you're ready for movie night. The basement office is really bright and airy and even has its own patio. We created more walnut shelving to display some of the unique treasures our client found during his travels.